The girl suddenly discovered that every night her mother would dress up extravagantly, and as soon as her father fell asleep, she would immediately leave the house. Then the girl remembered what the villagers had told her. They said she wasn't her father's real daughter, but rather the mountain god's. So every night her mother would go to meet the mountain god. The girl wanted to know what the mountain god was like, so she followed her mother. But after a while, she saw her mother walking toward the middle of the river. Then she saw the footsteps of another person in the water. Just as the girl was about to take a look at the person, her father suddenly appeared. He grabbed her, brought her home immediately, and began to warn her against going out at night. The girl told her father everything, but he reacted as if he already knew everything. Just as the girl was about to go to sleep, her mother returned home drenched. Then the girl noticed her mother's back, covered in bruises. The girl asked if it was her father who had hit her or the mountain god, but her mother didn't answer. She simply said, "Don't wake him," but she didn't know that her father was already awake. Yet her mother continued to go out every night as usual. Years passed, and the girl grew up. Then the villagers began to say that good times were coming for their family because that night her mother was going to marry the mountain god. The girl didn't believe these words at all, but the villagers said that the whole village had heard her mother's voice the previous night. If you don't believe it, go and see if she's limping. The girl returned home furious, but there she saw her mother limping. Now she began to doubt that perhaps the villagers were telling the truth. She asked her mother if she was really going to marry the mountain god. But then her father scolded her. Only then did the girl realize that her parents never worked. Still, where did her father get the money to buy alcohol every day? Her mother said that there was no mountain god in this world and she shouldn't pay attention to what the villagers said. But a little while later, the girl found a pair of pants in the house that didn't belong to her father. Her mother immediately snatched the pants and burned them without a word. Just then, her father returned home with another bottle of alcohol. He was overjoyed and said that the wedding ceremony was about to begin. He then ordered his wife to get ready quickly. The girl understood that her parents were hiding a big secret from her. That very night, the village headman arrived at their house with some masked men. The girl didn't sleep that night. She saw her mother dressed like a bride and sitting in a palanquin. Now she was convinced that the villagers were telling the truth, so she secretly followed them. On the way, she realized that the people walking ahead were completely strange, as if they were walking corpses, not living people. After a while, her mother was taken to the temple of the mountain god. There, her outer clothing was removed, and she was sent inside wearing only a special dress. When the others left the temple, the girl sneaked inside. The next morning, she returned to the mountain god's temple. But the temple was completely destroyed and no one was present. Then she saw her mother's bracelet on the ground. Now she was convinced that her mother had definitely been there the previous night. Soon this news spread throughout the village and the villagers started making fun of her mother.